too far, you get inner stretching the wrong thing. And again, deep breath in, exhale, and come back up. Bring the left arm up and really stretch out that left hip flexor. You can bring both arms up as well as you'd like, and really focus on keeping them shoulder blades squeezed back. If you need to, put your hands on your hips, and to keep them from losing their forward rotation, you want to keep them square. And again, with 4 deep breaths in and out, try to get that back knee to hit the ground, but make sure to keep the toes engaged, the back toes engaged, so that way you're focusing on that hip, the front of the hip flexor. Deep breath in, put the right arm on the right thigh and twist open. Feel that side, and with every breath you might feel a little bit more pressure on those ribs, on those obliques. And it's good because the more you hold that, the more of a stretch you're going to get there. When you're done with those, you reach the right arm down to the right foot, push the shoulder and elbow into the knee, and twist open into T, again making sure we're getting full breaths to open up the ribs and the obliques. And then just a little bit more of that. Bring the right foot out and the left knee out as well. Keep the arm up, inhale, and exhale to open up the outer part of the hip flexor. Once done there, rotate the back leg in, the heel under the butt, extend the leg, and lean back with your arms up as you exhale, and really feel it into that left groin and left hip flexor. And breath in. Done with that, you're going to square your hips, bring the chest back up, and you're going to lean your hips back and try to feel a stretch in the right hip flexors, the front of the right hip, and in the quads. And deep breath in, reach your arms up above your head, and as you exhale, lean a little bit to the left, and you're going to pull on that right side and that right hip flexor region. And slowly take 4 deep breaths, and try to get your back knee to the ground. If you need to, you can move your back foot back or your front foot forward just a little bit to allow your hips room to make it all the way down. If you notice in this image my back is a little bit leaned back, it's because I'm really trying to stretch out the front of my hip, but make sure you keep the hips square, because if you don't keep them square, you'll end up stretching the low back and you're going to not stretch what you want to stretch. So deep breath in, and put your left hand against your left knee, and raise your right arm up and over and stretch more of the side hip. And again, hold that for 4 deep breaths. Once you come down with that, you're going to put your left hand next to your left ankle, put the elbow into the knee, and twist up and open and make yourself into a T shape. Again, making sure you're breathing. And once you're done with that, you're going to step the foot out a little bit, the left foot to the outside and the right foot back, and angle it. So you're going to get the outside part of the thigh. And again, you're going to raise the arm up and lean back as you exhale, and you continue to hold that. Once you've made all of those breaths, you're going to rotate the back knee in and extend the front leg. You're going to really stretch the inner groin. Bring deep breath in, bring your arms up above your head, and lean back and really put the weight into.
You know, we've been through a lot together as a team. I mean, 9/11, pandemic, recessions, housing market crisis. I mean, you know, we've seen each other.
To you, brother, any other man sitting beside his wife would feel a little intimidated, but you guys are made for each other because you're just as successful. You built these businesses.
I say one thing, listen, it never gets tiring for me to hear Sarah's story. It's so inspiring, you know. But what really strikes me about her story the most, and I get to live with her, I see her day in and day out, you know, yes, she started with $5,000 and no experience. You know, she never had investors, never formally advertised for years. It's an unbelievable entrepreneurial journey. But, you know, everybody here listening to this story and to Tony, and only one of us can be the richest or the best looking or the smartest, but anyone can care the most.
That's right.
And what I found in Sarah's journey is she cared the most. She genuinely, everything she did, there was a reason. And she asked herself, why am I doing this? How do I make this better? How is this helping the customer? How is this helping women? And my journey is pretty similar. You know, you ask, like, what's guiding me or whatever. You know, Tony, sometimes at the beginning of the year, they say, pick a word that will help you, like, you know, your theme for the year. And it could be newness or change or spontaneity. And everyone picks adventure or whatever. For the last 3 years, I've had the same word. And that word
One more question. I want to come to you, Jesse, because your journey is just as what he said when he saw your sales.
You know, I've been doing this and going rogue because sometimes you have to ask for forgiveness and not permission. I'm always like, as long as I'm not really hurting anybody, I gotta go for this. And Girl's gone to Target and bought tons of those little envelope stands and put her product at every cash register without permission. And we want to kick her out of the store. And he looked at the sales numbers and he said, how much is her product? And they said it's a $20 item. And he looked at how much I was selling, and I was selling over $1 million.
To the shoulders. So face the wall. Going to bring the right arm parallel with the wall. Place the hand on it, and then twist the body 90 degrees to really put the shoulder back, and we're stretching out the front of the shoulder, the pec muscles, and the lats. And for here, breath in, and with every exhale, you're going to move the shoulder a little bit closer to the wall. And then deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly rotate the head away from the wall to the left side. You're going to feel that in your neck, and really rotate the shoulder over. And with another breath in, you're going to exhale and rotate the head a little bit forward and to the left. And slowly walk your hand down the wall so it's now at a 45-degree angle to really target it's called levator scapula muscle. It's really important, really tight often for desk workers again, and anyone that throws a ball in any sport. And you're slowly trying to rotate the shoulder more, and this requires nothing but your arm, your body, and a wall. Once you're done with that, you're going to get on your hands and knees in tabletop position, and this is going to be a forearm stretch. So you're slowly going to keep your arms straight, and deep breath in and exhale to put the weight on your spread out palms, and lean forward as you stretch out those forearm muscles. Again, keeping the shoulders square, keeping the back flat as if you're doing a push-up. Once you're done with that, you're going to rotate the hands and put the palms up, and again lean forward and stretch more of the flexors and forearm muscles. And again, making sure you're breathing, and with every exhale you're pushing a little bit deeper to get a deep